Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents Star Wars Wednesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the Star Wars The Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Paploo. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here we have the nice retro card that does take you right on back to those Kenner days, because it says Kenner right there. But anyway, Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary, 4 and up, assortment number. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that don't belong there. Star Wars Return of the Jedi Paploo in that little pill. And then a nice blister showcasing the figure and his accessory and that piece of paper. And then, of course, because it's a blister, nothing on the side except for a view, alternate view of the figure. Then on the back, we have Star Wars, we have the cross sail, Bib Fortuna, the Emperor, Paploo, Stormtrooper, and Chewbacca. And here it says, commemorate the 40th anniversary of Star Wars Return of the Jedi with figures from the Black Series featuring classic design and packaging. Classic packaging design, maybe. But at least, you know, this is a new figure. Well, it's not really a new figure, is it? Because it came in that Comic-Con set with the indoor Luke, Leia, and Han with the speeder bike. He was the one running the speeder bike, if I'm not mistaken. Each sold separately, subject to availability. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole. Warning, attention, Noctoon! Don't stick things in any other language pie hole that do not belong there. Don't give it to babies. Includes figure, one accessory, small fine legalese print made in China print symbols I'm not going to learn, including that one, and a barcode Disney print and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figure and his accessories. And I do have handy dandy tweezers, but I don't think we're going to need them for this one. First of all, let's take a look at his staff spear forky thing. And you can see it does have some nice paint apps on it. I want to say it's molded in this, and then the rest of it is the paint app, and then like that, you know. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe it's a paint mishap. I'm not sure. But it does have nice molded detail here for the fur and for the leather wrap. And then the wood is a nice woody color. Then we have his hood. I took it off so we could explore his articulation a little better. And you can see it's made out of a flexible rubbery plastic. It's got 2 holes in there for his ears, and it's got paint app here and here and here and here and here on the front and right here on the sides, and that's pretty much it. It does have some nice sculpted detail in it to give it that fabric-y look. He also has this belt with a knife on it. The knife is molded into it. It is not removable. Missed opportunity there, Hasbro. And then it's got these 2 paint apps on it, and then the rest of it is molded in color. There's this. I'm not sure what it is. I'm sure it's like something hangs on there, but he didn't come with anything to hang on there. It does have a nice textured sculpt for the fur, and it looks pretty good. And it looks like there's a bit of a wash in there too, especially around the face here. And then it looks like there's some down the chest and the legs, and maybe this crotch piece here and the top of the arms. but none of that really carries over to the back. So let's take a look at his articulation. His head is on an actual dumbbell with a ball at the bottom and a ball at the top. And without the overlay, he can, remember, all of this is going to change with the overlay. You won't get nearly as much articulation or range of motion out of it. So he looks up that high, he looks down that far. He's got some chicken neck going on because there's a party at the Ewok village all the time. He's got lots of waggle in there, and he can do the full exorcist. At the shoulder, the arm comes out less than 90 degrees. Or no, we'll call that 90 degrees. I'll just get a little bit more out of it. Then he's got a single hinge and swivel at the elbow. Swivels around 360 degrees. And the bend gives you better than 90 degrees of bend. Now, the wrist, it does spin 360 degrees. And it is on an in and out hinge. However, it feels more like the post is moving than the hinge. So, but I looked in there, and there is the hinge. And then on the other side, it's the same. It's an in and out hinge. Then in the middle of his belly, he has a cut. Allows for 360 degrees worth of rotation. That basically counts as his waist. And then he's got plenty of hula in there. He can lean to the left and right. He can lean back a little bit and forward again just a little bit. At the hips, he can give you that much of the splits. He kicks forward that far and back. Wow, 1, 2, maybe 3 steps. But that is with a little bit of outswing. Single hinge and swivel at the knee. Swivels around 360 degrees and gives you, we'll go ahead and call that 90 degrees worth of bend. At the ankle, you can see the hinge right there. It'll give you tilt down that far. Tilt up that far. Wow, that's pretty good. And it does have forward facing pin for rocker. Now, as far as the storage goes, of course, the overlay goes back on his head. And let's see if I can get it on here. Nope, I'm gonna have to do it off camera. Be back momentarily. And there we go. Got it back on there. Did take me a minute. And as far as his staff or spear, whatever you want to call it, fork goes, he just holds it in his hand. Yub yub. So there we have it, my friends. A look at the figure and his accessories. It's time for my favorite part of a review, comparisons. And here we have the Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Retro Carded Paploo with the Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Retro Carded Wicket and the original single carded or boxed releases of General Han Solo indoor, Princess Leia indoor, and Luke Skywalker indoor. Not to be confused with the retro carded re-releases of these. These were the first re-release after the Comic-Con box set with Paploo and the speeder bike. For our final set of comparisons, here we have the Star Wars The Black Series Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Paploo with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From the G.I. Joe Classified series, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant Cobra Commander, our final Black Series comparison, the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper, and for a 7-inch scale comparison from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on Star Wars The Black Series, Return of the Jedi 40th Anniversary Retro Carded Paploo, I have to say I'm really glad that they re-released this guy. His original release, of course, was in that exclusive box set with the speeder bike and the first issues of Endor, Han, Luke, and Leia in the nice Endor bunker packaging. And, you know, we don't get a speeder bike with him this time around. That's okay. I'm just glad to see that, you know, exclusives aren't always necessarily exclusive because of the toy companies' need to do reissues and reuse and repaints and that sort of thing. And that's you know, this guy falls strictly within that category because he's straight up reuse. I think they're even using the original paint. I don't know for sure because I don't have that box set. But overall, I have to say the sculpting is really nice on this guy. The fur is nice. I don't know a way that they could do it better without like putting carpet on the outside of him and just like a wireframe on the inside. And I'm glad they didn't go that route. Although the sculpting can look odd with fur sometimes, I think he looks okay with this. And at least on the front side, he has a nice wash, even though a lot of it is covered up by his overlay or his hood, whatever you want to call it. And you know, this guy really reminds me of that original Kenner figure, except that his spear or fork or whatever you want to call it, the end of it I remember looking more bone shaped than forked like that. But I could be getting it mistaken with another Ewok. I'm not sure. But again, overall, it's a nice figure. I think at the price point, he's a little small and should have come with either some other accessories or a second Ewok. And I know often the excuse is used that, you know, the smaller figure costs the same as the big figures to offset the price, but when 90% of the wave is straight up reuse or repaints, that just falls a little flat with me. But on the other hand, I am glad to see again an exclusive or former exclusive released on a single card, so that if you missed out on that exclusive, you like I did, you would be able to get the figure. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further, or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.